True. इसको थोड़ा granular जाते हैं. When you talk about that mindset, what you're trying to say, Ahana, is about the essence of stakeholders.
Yeah.
कि भाई एक stakeholder की तरह feel करो. Believe that it's also your company. Believe that it's a part of a company that you're building.
Yeah.
Because L1s जो है, and L1s for the benefit of our viewers is the next level of leadership. For them to have that accountability, for them to have that ownership, perhaps is the first task to know that इसको हम आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं. But there are two thoughts again, right? कि यार जब आप कुछ बना रहे हो, आपको पता है उसका पेन क्या है. No matter what the L1 may feel aligned to, at the end of the day, there's an essence of pagar, there's an essence of safety net, there's an essence of, it's a job. How do you break that mindset and bring accountability? अगर आपको आज पूछा जाए कि यार, what is the best way of going across and making people not just align to your vision as a founder, but also to say कि long term में these are the people that will look at perhaps, and I don't want to use the word pseudo founder, Ahana, but maybe the next level of founder team, as you're calling it. How does one bring in that accountability? It's so easy to say, it's so difficult to do. I don't want to go into structures and all of that. वो सब बहुत सारे हैं, MSOPs, ESOPs, 50 चीजें हम बात कर सकते हैं. But पहले you said something beautiful. You said about the founder mindset. How does the founder mindset extract and trickle down to L1? And how does a founder ensure that accountability can be spread out? Talk a bit about that.
I think the most important thing is hiring the right people. I think अगर आप सही लोगों को अपने मिशन से एसोसिएट करते हैं, and if they are very passionate about solving the problem, and they will bring that founder mindset to the scope of work that they have. And I can say that there are a lot of amazing people out there who want to do amazing work. And title designation से फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है. मुझे लगता है कि चाहे आप एक स्टार्टअप में हैं, चाहे आप एक कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में हैं, यू शुड रियली फोकस ऑन कि मुझे किस तरह का काम करना है और मेरे काम के बीच में कोई नहीं आ सकता. इफ़ दैट इज़ द माइंड सेट एंड इफ़ यू कैन गेट सच पीपल कि भाई मेरे काम के बीच में कोई नहीं आएगा, even a founder can't come, this is my work and I can make it happen. I think that's the founder mindset. You will not give up, you will make sure you will figure it out. And ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो L1 में ही हो विनायक. मैंने देखा है कि the most junior people can also bring that mindset. And when you have that army of people, that is a great team that you can really go behind. And उसका सबसे important recipe होता है culture. And I know culture is the most abused word. Or
overrated at times.
सबसे ज़्यादा. But and culture is not what I'm gonna sit here say कि हमारे 5 values हैं. Culture is what every person at Open Secret would say when no one is watching them. And if the culture is about no hierarchy, empowering people, celebrating the outputs, you can actually build that mindset and build that passion and fuel कि भाई करना है. And when it trickles down to every single person in that organization, I think that's very powerful, especially in an early stage where they're only like less than 100 people or less than 50 people. Yeah. If all of you can come together and fight that battle rather than 1 or 2 people fighting that battle, I think it just becomes a completely different army. And I do believe that rather than focusing on just the founding, focus on the army. How can you have that army? How can you have that every single person who wants to win? You need to have that winning mindset, and every single person needs to have the winning mindset. And like for example, yesterday, it's Saturday night, right? In my supply chain team, people were like, हमने रात के 2 बजे दिवाली का ऑर्डर है, निकालना था चाहे 2 बजे या रात के 3 बजे. I would say, प्रोडक्शन वाले लोग, सप्लाई वाले लोग, but they had that mindset कि बस निकालना है कि कस्टमर ने मांगा है. This is founder mindset. And if you can have such people who have the same determination to serve the customer like you do, you are golden. So focus on that army. Of course, if you can find partners, that's amazing. If you don't find that partners, just don't get into a bad marriage. I think having the wrong partner is worse than having no partner.
I agree. In fact, it can take you 10 steps back.
Yeah.
So I so resonate because culture का एक और चीज जो होता है ना, it trickles from the top, Ahana.
Yeah.
And I actually use an alternative word. I use the word called DNA. Culture जो है ना आपके DNA में है. And DNA of an individual is what matters the most when you're looking at fitment, when you're looking at hiring. For us at Vertices, when we do the hiring, and कुछ देर पहले ना आपने एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ बोला था कि 200%, you have to give your 200%. So हम ना एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग सा चीज़ करते हैं, and especially when there are some levels at where I am directly involved with the hiring. Thankfully now the team has grown, the firm is pretty large, so a lot of SOPs have come into place, a lot of verticals and vertical heads have come into place. But when I get involved in the hiring, I ask this question to a lot of people. I say that कि suppose करो आप यहाँ हो और आपका बुल्सआई का टारगेट यहाँ है और आपको एक तीर और धनुष दिया जाता है, राइट? यू हैव द बो एंड द एरो, यू हैव द बुल्सआई. दिस इज वेयर यू आर स्टैंडिंग, दिस इज वेयर द बुल्सआई इज. यू आर नॉट सपोज टू एम एट द बुल्सआई. वेयर विल यू एम? व्हाट्स योर आंसर? यू आर स्टैंडिंग हियर, you have the bow and the arrow. This is where the bullseye is. You have to hit the bullseye. Where will you aim?
You will try and hit the bullseye.
So 99% of the people, Ahana, say this, that you have to hit the bullseye. But what people don't realize is between here and here, there's a concept called gravity. And if you aim at the bullseye, the gravity will pull the arrow down. And that gravity is life. Life brings you down. So you have to always aim at 20% higher.
Okay, from
So
that.
the arrow has to always be higher, so that even when gravity pulls you down, you have to hit the bullseye. So when you said about the 200%, I resonated so much about it, because हमारे लिए hiring में one of the biggest thing was कि are people coming in with the thought process to say, as an associate you're functioning like a senior associate, as a senior associate you're functioning like a associate partner, as an associate partner you're functioning like a senior partner. So no matter what the gravity of life brings you down, you will recalibrate and always be on target. So that becomes a very important element.